All right, we're live. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to $1 Million Coach Monday. What is going on? Let me make sure I'm good to go on the Lizzie laptop. Yeah, we good. We are good. Hopefully the resolution. This is all blurry and stuff. Come on, internet. Work with me. Give me some high resolution. All right, let's get, all right, comments are on. All right, what's up? Say good morning. What's up? Welcome to $1 Million Coach Monday. My name is Ryan Morris. If you're new to this community, welcome. If you're not, say what's up, because today is all about helping you get to another chunk out of your $1 million coaching business. All right. So this one is going to be a really good one. I want to have a conversation with you because this is where we come off of our quarterly mastermind retreat where we go to Scottsdale and we hang out with a bunch of millionaires in the coaching space, and we bring back all the goodies for you. All right. So I'm excited to share what we took from this past week. We spent an entire week in Scottsdale. So I'm really excited to share the takeaways that we got from this past week hanging out there. All right. So say what's up. Say good morning. Let me know if you're new. If you're new, let me know. Just comment the word new. That way I can give you a shout out and I can point you in the right direction to make sure that you get the most out of this community. Okay. If you're not new, say what's up. Say good morning. That way we can get connected and get you the best coaching. My goal is to help you have a clear path and a better week planned out so you can make a big chunk towards your, or you can knock out a big chunk towards your $1 million coaching business. All right. We had the opportunity this past week. I'm going to share my screen to do some big things. I'm going to pull this down just a smidge. All right. This week we got a chance to speak on stage. It was really, really cool. I'm going to be showing you some really cool things from this keynote. And next week, I'm going to be doing a special version of this keynote for our community. Okay. This is a keynote that we called 3-Minute Millionaire. And it shows how we took one video. We got the video dialed in. It's a 3-minute video. And one video is helping us create an extra $1 million in revenue. So we broke that down for an audience there. I'm going to be breaking it down a little more here. That was really fun. We hit the $1 million mark in our coaching business. So if you're not familiar how our business works, our business kind of has three increments to it. We do run a full service ad agency. That's one part of our business. We also have a coaching part of our business, and we have a software portion of our business as well. And we were able to reach the $1 million mark in the coaching portion of our business since joining Clients and Community, which is one of the masterminds that we're in. It took us about 18 months to do it. And we want to share with you guys the strategies and the things that are going to work best for you to help you hit your $1 million mark in your business. Hence, the name of the show is $1 Million Coach Monday. So I want to know, what are you working on right now, and how can we help you today so we can help you get to a closer version of your $1 million mark? Okay, so I want to use this time. I usually hang out with you guys for about 30 minutes, pick my brain, ask questions. I want to know where you're at, what kind of business you have. That way we can help you get closer to your $1 million mark. Is that cool? If that's cool, just say cool, that's cool in the comment section. That way I know you're down with it, and we can get rolling. So I'm going to share my notes from today, or I'm going to share my notes today from this past weekend. All right. There's some things that we got covered that are like really, really deep things. And I want to have a conversation around these things with you because they're just so impactful. And I love going to these quarterly retreats because they give us the fuel to, let me stop sharing my screen really quick. They give us the fuel to not we know exactly what we're doing over the next quarter. The blessing that I love about building hitting this $1 million mark in our coaching business is that business we're building for other people. Like, we're not building that business so I can make money and all that stuff. All that stuff is good. But at the end of the day, when we really started scaling what was the coaching business was me. And I was coaching people on like the things that had gotten us to this point and helping people build their businesses and all that good stuff. But then it was like, it became about other people. And that's the beauty of like building, or really that's the beauty of going from coaching and being a coach to building and becoming a CEO of a coaching business. Just pop the phrase CEO in if you see that for your future. Because I want you to recognize that now, no matter where you are, there's a difference between you being a coach and being a owner and CEO of a multi-million-dollar coaching business, especially one that works without you or doesn't work dependent on you. Does that make sense to everybody? Let me know. So just type in the word CEO if I got some CEOs in the building that are ready to make that transition from just being a coach and being successful, being profitable, and all that stuff is good. But raise your hand if I got some CEOs in here. Okay. So let's go through here. One of the things that we did, I'm going to share my screen again. So one of the things that we did first day in the mastermind was we wrote down, what was a big 2022 goal or win? Okay. So I want you to write down, what's your 2022 win? Okay. Again, when you're headed into Q4, especially in the last 60 days, you got 60 days left in this year. You have 60 days left. What are you going to do with it? And you can't really truly know what you're going to do with the next 60 days if you don't know what happened the previous 10 months. And a lot of us don't take the time to actually just reflect on what happened over the last 10 months. What happened over the last 3 months? What wins happened? What good things happened? What moved the needle forward? Because if we don't recognize these things, then we don't bring attention to these things, then you'll never truly set yourself up to have the next best quarter of your life or the next best year of your life. So for us, a really, really big win was crossing the $1 million mark. Okay. So we crossed that $1 million mark inside of our coaching business, and it's going to lead. Okay. So we're going ahead and putting out there, what's the 2023 win? So let me know, what is your 2023 win? I want to share our 2023 wins with you. That way you can get an idea, because one of the things that I loved, I'm going to share some of our notes from a conversation with Josh Snow. I don't know if you guys know who Josh Snow is. This dude's been a millionaire since he was like 15 years old. We got a chance to speak with him a little bit. We got a chance to listen to his interview with Chris Stapleton for an hour. And I'm telling you, surrounding yourself with people that making $1 million in a month or a day or a week, when you surround yourself with people that do that kind of money in their respective businesses, like the norm for you is to either I gotta like step my shit up so I can stay in the room. Does that make sense? Could you imagine like being in a room of people that have built $12 million companies or $24 million companies? In Josh's case, a $200 million company that he's looking to scale to $1 billion. Could you imagine being the only person in the room and your company is doing like $100,000 a month? Maybe $100,000 a year. You know what I mean? Like internally, you're gonna be like, yo, I gotta do something different to hang, right? I don't know. Maybe you don't feel like that. Maybe that's not where you're at. I know for me, I like to like be around other people that are doing bigger, better, bolder things than me. I like to get around people like that. That way, I can really step my shit up. You feel me? I don't know if anybody feel me. Nobody clearly feels me on this. But here's what we got. We hit the $1 million mark. It took us about 18 months to get there. And our goal is to get to 3 million next year. Okay. Our goal is to really scale our TikTok agency, our ad agency, to $1 million. We really want to scale our coaching program to $2 million. And we have a software that we released, and we know we can do $1 million there. So we know that in 2023, we can do $3 to $4 million, and we have a workspace project locally that we feel like can really expand into next year. We can launch that next year. We're really excited about launching that next year because it just allows us to do everything that we want to do with our agency, is open up that workspace. So if we're able to do that, and we're able to open up the workspace end of next year, I'm telling you, that puts us at 2024 being able to do, into the $4 to $6 million for our company. Now, I say this because, guys, it was less than like 2-3 years ago, I was driving Uber, okay? And like, I'm wondering whether or not we should just call it quits. Wes had to go get another job. We had successfully retired Wes, and she had to get another job, guys. So we went from literally having to think like, man, our business failed. It crashed. We were doing like 20, 30 a month. It crashed. We're driving Uber. Wes had to go get another job. This is less than like 3 years ago. I can't spell. Okay. And now we're talking about what can we do to to really scale things to $3 to $5 million in the next 18 months. Like, wherever you are right now, don't give up. Like don't give up. Surround yourself with really quality people. Surround yourself with people that know better than you. I don't understand where people, how you can not be coachable. I don't understand how you can invest in yourself and not be coachable in scenarios. I can't understand how, even if you're not in a position to truly invest in yourself, how can you be out here like listening to people, soaking in information, soaking in stories, and still not be coachable? Like when I sit in rooms with people, I'm going to share that we always leave with like 4 or 5 new books to read when we go to these mastermind retreats. So I'm going to share the 4 or 5 books that we got from this one at the end. Okay. So comment books if you want the books. That way, if you can't hang out until the end, if you comment books, we will send you the books that we're added to our reading list from this retreat. Okay. So we're looking at this. All right. One of the things that we looked at was not just your wins, but like, what are your strengths? What are your strengths? Like as an individual, like what are your strengths? Like we looked at the ability to get to $1 million in that business. Our agency is going to cross $1 million soon. Our software is going to be really set up to cross $1 million soon. So we have those wins, but like, what got us here? What are your strengths? Like, what are you really, really good at? I'm gonna dive into the notes from Josh Snow. Those are going to be really, really impactful. And I want to have a conversation with you. So if you haven't commented yet, you haven't even said hi yet. This isn't just a, hey, let me listen to Ryan talk to me about the takeaways from this weekend. I want to have a conversation with you. One of the things that I'm going to lean into when it comes to that is there was a boardroom breakaway that we did. We had lunch in a boardroom. It was about maybe 12 of us, and we had a conversation about our businesses. And it was probably one of the most impactful 90 minutes that we've ever had in business, being in business since 2014. This is probably one of the most impactful moments in our career, was a 90-minute conversation where everybody in the room was either like at 100 grand, 200 grand, or even 600,000 a month in their businesses, cash collected. So if you're not willing to have a conversation in this moment, just understand it's okay, but you're probably not playing at the level that you want to play at. You're probably not playing at the level that you know your family deserves, or your clients deserve, or even you deserve. So just think about that. Okay. So we went over wins, we went over strengths, and then we went over like things we want to improve. For us, it really comes down to like team and communication. You know, like we've grown in so many ways, and I want to allow you guys to feel like where our weaknesses are as a company, and really share weaknesses individually with you, because I truly feel like if we don't talk about the weaknesses, or if we don't like share like the things that we can improve on, and you know, honestly, that's a little scary, right? Like if you're in a position where you're like, oh man, like I want to work with these guys, I want to hire these guys, I want to invest in these guys, but we're sharing our weaknesses with you. That's a very vulnerable space, right? Like we're sharing our weaknesses to say, look, this is what we're not, this is what we can improve on, this is what we can be better on, not only to deliver a better product for you, right? But to grow and grow together, right? So our biggest weakness in 2022 was really communication and like team gel. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to be able to bring on, you know, 30 clients a month, but we know that we can't do that if everybody isn't gelling, right? And that's just one of those things where we can get by at 12 clients a month, being good at communication. But one of the biggest takeaways that we got from Josh was like, this dude he's made over $200 million. The guy spends $200,000 a day in ads. Okay. And so when we look at like, all right, like our goal isn't to do 200 mil in a year. That's not our goal right now. We're looking to do 5 million in a year. But we know that we got no shot at competing in the $5-10 million space, because it takes different skills. I think one of the things that I got from Josh's conversation is understand that like making $100,000 in a year and making $100,000 in a month or a week or a day, there's different skill sets that are involved in each of those. You feel me? Like you're not going to get by doing the exact same thing that got you 100 grand a year and expect it to make you 100 grand a month or 100 grand a week. There's different skill sets involved. And so what can happen so easily and so quickly is you're like, boom, I got some success. I made an extra 100 grand a year. But then it's, well, you have to step back and reevaluate. If your goals change and things in your life are changing, because every time we've made some more money, guess what happens? You got to get something new. The bigger shit happens. Got more people, got more this, more expenses. Things happen, life happens, bigger truck, bigger house. Stuff happens, right? That's just inevitable. But at the end of the day, like, whew, you waking up every single day thinking that what got you to 100 grand a year is going to get me to 100 grand a month, you're crazy. That's not how it works. That's just not how it works. So be vulnerable. Be willing to like talk about your weaknesses. I know I am. I'm happy to talk about our weaknesses. Bring those weaknesses to the surface. I love when if a client thinks that we have a weakness, bring that to us, because we're just going to eat that up, and we're just going to say, all right, cool. We appreciate your feedback. How can we improve? How can we get better? How can we get better as one and as a team? So that's our weakness. All right. So next thing I want to talk about. One of the things that we went over one of the days of the mastermind is I'm going to bring this up. We went over a book funnel, okay, and a VSL funnel. Okay, so this is very high end stuff. This is a conversation that went down in a room where the average income was $200K a month. Okay, even in that scenario, I would say most people in that room still were not ready for a book funnel. Okay, because they still had stuff going on that like they weren't ready to launch a book. Their business wasn't in a place to launch a book. And I want to bring light to this. You know, I was gonna just like bypass this conversation and say, you know what, like maybe I'm not gonna bring this up. No, I think 100%. Like when they were talking about their book funnel, okay, so they have a book, and this is the book that they promote. Okay, they have a book, and they were talking about how much money they spent to get this ad profitable. Okay, so this campaign, they spent over $500,000 just to get the campaign into profit. Okay, and they were in a place where like, hey, the book is a great thing. Now, I'm not against books, but most people that are listening to the sound of my voice now, they're not ready for a book, and it's okay. Here's when you know you're ready for a book, okay? When you've got a core offer, okay, and your core offer is so dialed in, and a lot of people have not done this yet, where you got like your core domino offer is pumping in so good, where one, I know that it's bringing in consistent clients, okay? So I've got clients. Is anybody getting value from this so far? Just type the word value in if you're getting value. It's got results. That means it's got testimonials. So I've got clients, I've got results. That means people are giving me testimonials based off this program. And not only that, has this program, has it been improved? And it's damn near perfect, okay? And nothing's ever going to be 100%. But what I mean by this is, who out there has put out a program, you run 20 people through it, and then you say, oh man, I got to go back and like fix this part or make this better or communicate that in a better way. Like, your programs are not going to be perfect. But once it's damn near perfect, then what you can do is you can reverse engineer that program and then put it into a book, okay? That's when you know you're ready to launch a book, is when my core offer, my core program can essentially be transcribed into a book. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. A lot of our core program, it's not there yet, okay? Because a book is a sales letter. So what a good book does is it basically takes the core program, you put it into words, you've got the testimonials blanketed inside of it, and then you take pieces of the core program, you go to rev.com, you have it transcribed, you have a proofreader read it, and then you have them put it into book form. Does that make sense? Please let me know. Let me know if that makes sense. Did I not? Let's go over here. Please let me know if that makes sense. Can y'all, let me just do a sound check. Can y'all hear me? Let me just do a sound check real quick. Can check 1 2. I can hear myself. I can hear myself. So I'm curious what's going on with you today. Guys, so once I have that, then I know that if I put this in the hands of the right person and they read it, then they would be basically being sold my program, because they would want to go through the accelerated version of my book. It's not just like a clout thing. It's not just about, hey, telling a story about how my awesome life is. Every book, when it's written the right way, is essentially a sales letter, but you have to use it as breadcrumbs. That's how it works. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. So again, I would consult with someone outside of the book space that will tell you whether or not like your business is ready for a book funnel. Okay, this is me. I felt like that was a good place to be. Okay. We kind of chatted about the roundtable conversation that we had, so I'm not going to go into that. What's the balance between breadcrumbs and too much? So what I would say to that is a good book is going to give you like the core components, but it's not going to give you the how. It's going to give you, hey, like this is the strategy, This is what you should be doing, kind of thing. But it's not going to go into the weeds, right? So it's going to allow something that could be elaborate to just scratch the surface of the topic. Does that make sense? So hopefully that makes sense in that part. Okay. And then when you've done that, and then you take the next piece of it, results. Okay. So we take the results piece of it, and then you sprinkle in the story of the client, which is also going to take up some decent space. And then you got call to action for that chapter or that section. Does that make sense? So you only have so much space. Like, a lot of publishers like Hay House. I don't know who did this publishing. Let's see. I don't know who they used on this one. I'm not sure the publishing company that they used. Regardless, I can find out for you. But regardless, you've got about 100 to 150 pages to actually get your point across, right? So if you think about it, you're like, all right, let's just say, Christian, for instance, you're in a place where we're working on your core offer right now, right? But if you know that you have a goal to launch a book, because I do truly believe books are amazing. Books can change your lead. There's a difference between a book lead and a lead that downloads a PDF or a lead that downloads some free thing. Okay. But at the same time, no matter how good this book lead is, you got to be okay with just getting the lead for now. Right. And so we can plan that and say, okay, I'm putting the outline of my book together. Well, if you're putting together the outline of your book should be essentially the same outline as your core offer. Does that make sense, guys? Hopefully that makes sense. We can jam on this, because another on day 2, another conversation with a couple guys that spoke was really all about offers. Okay, and the offer conversation that these guys had was a conversation around. All right, with a group of people that were in a room that already had their core offer, and the core offer was selling. So these people were at least around $30K a month in revenue. Okay, their core offer was anywhere between $3,000 and $10,000. Therefore, if you do the math, you're bringing in at least 3 to 10, new clients a month. Okay, everybody following me on that one? Everybody good there? Okay, so if that's the case, I'm bringing in 3 to 10 clients a month. Some months are better, some months are worse, but it's okay, right? What these guys talked about was what they called a BOO. Okay, and what BOO stands for is a bolt on offer. Okay, and the premise of this bolt on offer was, okay, I'm going to take an offer and bolt it on to my core offer. Does that make sense? So I've got my core offer right here, and let's just say that offer is, $10,000 just for math's sake. Okay, and then I'm going to bolt this other one on that's $20,000 because it's going to be like supporting cast offer. Does that make sense? Just everybody follow me real quick. Okay, so my takeaways, okay, from this conversation, I feel like can really be applied to how you are going about your business this week and how you're finishing off the year and setting yourself up for a badass 2023. Okay, so here we go. My good takeaways. One, I love what they talked about when they talked about extension offers and ascension offers. Okay, because when you have a core offer, and I'm going to explain it my way, because I had a conversation, a really intimate conversation with one of the people that was staying in our Airbnb, and she was like, I love the way that you put this. So I felt like sharing this with you guys would be a really, really, really beneficial thing. Okay, so your ideal client, they're right here. Okay, they're sad because they have problems. They've got things that they want to do, but they're not doing them. Okay, they're not happy right now. Okay, so you getting them here is going to make them happy. Okay, and your core offer is the thing that they need to be happy. Okay. And so, for the sake of it, we're just going to use a $3,000 offer as your core offer. Okay. Let me know in the comment section right now, like, how much is your core offer? So, and let me know, like, yes, I do have a core offer, and let me know how much it is. Or let me know, no, I don't have a core offer, because if you don't have a core offer, then maybe even watching our offer masterclass, the replay of that may be really beneficial for you. So just let us know. We can send that to you. Okay. But let's just say you've got a core offer, and this core offer is going to get someone to the place they want to be happy. Okay. So right now, your core offer is $3,000, and it gets them here. Okay. So there's milestones that happen in between here. My thing in understanding, like, man, what do I do on the back end? What do I do on the front end? What do I do? Like, what are my core? What are my offers if someone's not ready for this core offer, or they're not a good fit yet? Or like, what are my offers that when someone goes through this, or like I meet someone that's like past this? Okay. So what I would do is I would 100% just put your focus here for now. That means sometimes you're going to have to say no to the person that's advanced, or you're just going to have to say, hey, I'll bring you on, but I don't really have an offer for this. This is just one-on-one. And that's just what it is going to be for now. Okay. And sometimes if you have someone that's like not quite ready for this core offer, you may have to say no to them. Okay. And what my recommendation would be, so a little homework for you this week, is write down 3 things that someone has to have in place to be qualified for your core offer that have nothing to do with money. Okay. So here's my homework for you. What's your core offer? What does it do? Where does it take somebody? And then write down 3 things that disqualify someone that have nothing to do with money. So, like, let's just say, for example, you are a relationship coach, and you help people, get to where they can go on a second honeymoon and, have the best marriage of their life. So you may say, hey, I only work with people that have been married for 5 years. I only work with people that have been loyal. So there's no infidelity or anything like that. And I only work with people that own a business. Okay. And so what's going to happen is you may get a ton of leads that they want your core offer, right? But they don't have these qualifications yet. So you have to say no. Let me know in the comment section. Does that make sense so far? Is everybody following me? Just give me some hearts, some love. And all I need is just some feedback. I don't care about anything. I just need to know y'all follow me. You're watching. So just I don't know, a little bit of feedback can help a brother out. I mean, damn. So you have to say no. Okay. So if I got enough people, let's just say I've had to tell, over the last 3 months, I had to tell 100 people no. So now I'm going to say, you know what? I'm tired of telling these people no. Let me make something for these 100 people. And I'm going to use our client enrollment system to tag these 100 people. That way I know exactly who wants this offer, but they're just not qualified yet. So now I tag those 100 people, and then I can create my program that's, let's just say, $1,500. And not only that, it's going to get people ready to buy this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everybody? Is everybody following me? Excuse me. I had to like walk that sneeze off. That's when you guys say bless you. Okay. Everyone say bless you. It's the polite thing to do. All right. So now this is called our offer journey. And this, if in the context of like, somebody who wants to write a book, think about it. You write the book from this position right in here, right? but you can talk to this person and also talk to this person in ways that like are unbelievable. You feel me? Like when you have this mapped out, it can change your business forever. So now, obviously, people that bought this, they're going to have to say yes because they bought it, right? So the people that said yes, I can ask, well, what is the next thing that they need? Do they need, right? Thank you. All right, so now you have to ask yourself a really clear question, okay? Does the person need extension or do they need ascension? Okay, does this make sense? So if they need extension, then basically I'm going to say, hey, listen, you need to go through the exact same thing that you went through because you just need to extend the time that you need this. So we're going to keep working towards this. I'm going to add an extra 3 months. It's just an extra $3,000. I'm going to add an extra 6 months. It's an extra $6,000. Whatever the case may be. Okay. Have an extension of your core offer, or have an ascension plan, which is going to say, hey, you solved this problem that we meant to solve here, right? But because you have a new problem, okay, and understand, like write this down, put it in a quote, like this is quote of the day kind of stuff. Every time you solve a problem in your life or solve somebody else's problem, it's going to create a new problem. Feel me on this? Okay, so if I help you make $1 million over the next 12 months, you understand that I just solved a bunch of your problems, but you're going to have a bunch of new problems. Feel me? What could those new problems be? You're going to need to hire an accountant. You're going to need to hire a team. You're going to need to, hire. You're going to have to pay, and you're going to have to figure out some different tax situation, right? You may mess around and buy a new house. Well, guess what? Now you got, take care of a bigger lawn or this or whatever. New opportunities are always going to present new problems. Okay. That's just what happens. This is part of it. So understanding this offer journey model can change your life because you don't always have, a lot of us, we're designing our core offer, and then we have people say like, oh, I'm not ready for it, I can't afford that. So then you start like trying to focus on this like lower ticket offer, but you're only focusing on money. You're not focusing on qualification. You ever done that before? I'm guilty of that. Anybody ever done that before? Hell yeah. You can't do that. You got to know when it's the right time to offer this, and you got to know when it's the right time to offer this. So if you don't have this, and this is not producing at least $10,000 to $30,000 a month for you, in most cases, I would say focus on your core offer, get as much help, as much support as you can to make sure that that offer is doing what it needs to do. Okay. So that's my take there. I'm a little over, so I apologize. I'm being a little over. We're like 10 minutes over. So I'm going to wrap up. Okay. One of the biggest takeaways from Josh's conversation is Josh has an 86-year-old mentor that he takes to lunch like once a month. Okay. And what the hell is that? So he takes this mentor of his to lunch every month, and he pays for him. He's 86, and like the things that he said, like he soaked up from this guy, really made me think. Like we have mentors, and we go into masterminds and we get help, and we're always looking for coaching to get help in places that we want to grow. But one of the things that I know I'm missing in my life is that like 60-year-old mentor. Losing my dad 2 years ago, I wish I could have conversations with my dad. I wish I could have conversations with my dad that I can't have now. I know that there were times that my dad wanted to have certain conversations with me when I was in my 20s, but mentally and business-wise, I wasn't there to have these conversations at a level of what my dad wanted to have these conversations with. I'm ready to have those conversations now, and I missed out on it. Now, one of the books that came up in that roundtable conversation was a book called 4,000 Weeks. Just added that book to my reading list. I'm excited to read it because the premise of that book is if you add up how long we have on this planet, it usually comes down to about 4,000 weeks. And, one of the questions that is in that book is typically like, how often do you see your parents? Most people see their parents like maybe 2 to 4 times a year, right? And so if you think about how many weeks someone would have left, and you kind of do the math, and be like, man, I only have 20 more times to see my mom, and then she's gone. When you put it in that perspective, you think about life differently. You think about business differently. You don't think about like, I've got an infinite amount of time to do the things or to experience the things that I want with the people that are here. The things that are happening that seem to be big, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not. Right? So I added that to my book list. The conversation with Josh was really impactful. So I'm going to go over some of my notes with this right here. And if you want the notes, just pop the word notes in, and we'll find a way to get you the notes from today's, from Josh's, not just the notes from Josh's interview, but we'll find a way to get you the notes from the entire weekend. Okay. And put those in a way that you can kind of run back through this replay if you wanted. Okay. One of the things he said, get good at one skill, become world class. This dude has been a millionaire since he was like 13, building websites in the library. I mean, he literally said, like, I got an hour in the library every day. So I would take that hour and I would just dedicate it to just getting whatever I could done on someone's website so I could sell it to them. And it made me think about like when I transitioned from working full time trying to build my business to like getting fired from my job and then being full time in my business, that was really hard for me time management wise. I had just now gotten 8 to 10 hours freed up in my day, where before I was really working like those open spots in my day to build my business. I was like really working those. So I had to get to a place where I was really efficient, because when you have time, it's really easy to just waste the time. Where you don't have a ton of time, I found that I was really efficient and effective with my time. So, when you have more time, you can really risk, crashing it. Okay. The other thing that I got from this conversation, let me try to zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom into these. No summary. We'll zoom in here. Reverse engineer your $1 million 2 years from now. Jim Rohn always said that you can change any time. You can change anything in your life in a 2-year period. Okay. We have another 18-month game plan that's designed to. We have an 18-month game plan that's designed to make an extra $5 million for our company. Okay. And I've reverse engineered that. And I've gotten it so down that like I know how we're gonna get there. I know what we need to get there. I truly believe that we're gonna get there. And so whatever tries to derail us on the way to making $3 to $5 million over the next 18 months, I know that either we just needed to learn it or it's just happening to just try to derail us, but it's not going to. Okay. Another one I highlighted, life can't work with complaining and doubt. So I got to be able to really, really catch anything that I'm fucking complaining about. Like nothing can squeak by as an excuse. Nothing can squeak by as a complaining thing. Like zero. There is zero room for complaining and doubt. And for me, we're building a core team to get our team up to 24 people. Okay. And so it's really establishing that something that's not just about me, but it's about everyone in our team being in we do not complain, and there is no doubt on where the ship is headed. Zero. And if it does get there, the culprit is me. It's my responsibility. I'm leading this ship. I have to prepare everyone that's on this ship in the best way that I can, and that's on me. So anything that someone does wrong or doesn't do to the ability that I feel like is up to par, it's still on me. 100% is on me. Now, he also mentioned something that I felt was really impactful, that your people are not you. So stop expecting them to be you. Put your people in a position that they can go out and be their best selves. So looking at people, is this the right person for the spot? And then how can I pull out this person's best so they can shine in that position as themselves, not some version of me? That's it. And that really hit me hard, because I was like, damn, I'm like trying to make people me in certain scenarios, and they're not me. And it's okay that they're not me. I need to know them and like get them to the best place that they can be. Let's do it slower. Let it be more sustainable instead of fast and short term. Clarity comes from progress. Progress comes from meaningful work. And that's the purpose of this show. How can I help you design what meaningful work you need to do this week to move the needle forward? It's only through clarity that you can have calmness. Oh, I love that. That's beast shit. When shit hits the fan, being negative doesn't clean the fan. That's heavy. Love that too. All right. Those are my takeaways. If you want the notes, comment the word notes. If there's a way that we can help you build your coaching business, help you create your $1 million coaching plan. If you do not have a clear $1 million coaching plan for the quarter or for the year, just comment the word impact. That way, one of our clarity coaches can help you, and we can lay out a game plan for you to reach your $1 million mark in your coaching business. All right, it's really important that we give you that clarity, we give you that calmness. If you feel like you can go out and execute that game plan on your own, then by all means, like, go execute the game plan. But don't not have the game plan. Don't not know what you're doing this week. Don't not know what you're doing today to move the needle forward closer to that milestone and to that benchmark of your $1 million coaching business. Please don't do that. All right. Go out, have an amazing day. Just really quick, because I completely forgot, but you'll hear about it all week this week. Let me share my screen just one more time. We're going to be, boom, boom, boom. So I'm going to be doing the 3-minute millionaire presentation next Monday, November 7th. I'll pop the link in here. Okay. It's going to be all about how to use short form video and use video to just pump your leads up like crazy and get those leads into whatever program that you have, your core offer, to help you build out your $1 million coaching business. So that's going to go down next Monday. There's going to be a special version of this keynote that I'm going to be doing for this community. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really, really, really impactful. Okay. This is the picture that we got our award from, crossed the $1 million mark. Really excited to help a bunch of people in here cross their $1 million mark. So we're really excited for you. All right. That's all I got for you today, my friends. All right. We'll catch you through the group, and I will see everybody Monday. All right. November 7th, 3-minute millionaire. It's going down. We're really excited about it. So make sure you get registered. The link will go up today, and we will see you guys there. Bye. Have a good one.